Greetings, everyone. I am F. Keith Slaughter, Senior Servant of the Beloved Community Church of Atlanta. Our ministry began 5 years ago with a few dedicated souls who were dedicated to serving our people and worshiping our God. We are a small church. However, since we began, we have slowly grown from a mere idea into a thriving, busy, and dynamic presence in the Pittsburgh community of Atlanta, Georgia. The coronavirus pandemic indelibly altered the work of our ministry. The food and resources gap between the poor and others has widened right before our eyes. As the world around us changed, we recognized the need to expand our already established food pantry to include a food sharing component for children and adults in our community. We now serve hot meals, sandwiches, snacks, and beverages 3 days a week and provide emergency food pantry access throughout the week. The times required that we expand our capacity to serve, but we had inadequate facilities needed to do the work. To that end, we recently acquired a historic Pittsburgh landmark formerly known as Little Zion Baptist Church. Our plan is to transition our food pantry and resource brokerage center, including a new day shelter component, into the Little Zion Annex of the Beloved Community Church. We need room to grow, and I need your help to make it happen. The food pantry will give community members and their families access to nutritious food in a clean and healthy environment. The Resource Brokerage Center will connect persons to information and benefits available to them, while the day shelter will create space for showers and personal care, cell phone recharging stations, and other help for our unsheltered sisters and brothers. So here's the ask. I'm asking you to be mindful and prayerful around your possible role in helping us to take care of some good people who need to feel the experience of human love, care, and compassion in the midst of their struggle. After considering the possibilities, I ask that you would share your best gift with us to help us renovate the building, put on a new roof, replace the damaged flooring, and rebuild the handicap ramp to make it a bright, healthy, secure space for healing and restoration to occur. I believe that this is good ground. Won't you help us by investing in making Dr. King's vision of the beloved community a blessed reality? You can help us by cash apping us at $ the beloved community. You may also go to my website, Dr.FKeithSlaughter.org, and make a PayPal donation. But however you give, make sure you give to this good and worthy cause.
Y'all know what it is. I can't sit and see the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves in sheep clothing. Run away. Take back what you stole from me. Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away.
This Slaughter D call me Trap Pastor. I'm not slow, but you know a rap faster. Hard rhymes, I'm as serious as cancer. Recognize you ain't a slave, you a master. Came here on the bottom of the boat. Came close, so I had to backstroke. Coming up on the verses that I wrote. Every day I slang home that dough. Black excellence, down in the jeans. Malcolm X Nightmare, Martin Luther's dream. Right the power, can you feel what I mean? Like Rakim said, I'm a microphone fiend. Came south on a special invitation. Say a word on the current situation. But there ain't no more hesitation. Are you still taking reparations?
Y'all know what it is. I can't sit and see the scornful. Run away, run away, run away. Those wolves in sheep clothing.
Let me hear me,
run away.
Take back what you stole from me.
Compensate. They keep lying, man, and I can't relate. Run away, run away, run away.
Oh, yeah, so you think you can run away from reality? You think you can run away from
Okay, I don't know what's going on with the sound today,
you think you can
man.
find yourself someplace else to go where there's
We
no
were
God?
perfect yesterday.
Hey, man, wherever you go.
Who was
God
perfect
is always
yesterday?
waiting on you.
I don't understand.
Stop running.
Lord have
gotta
mercy,
run.
the gremlin come in the evening.
Sucker.
Sucker. All right, all right, all right. Somebody gonna have to tell me about that though. Y'all don't have to, y'all got some splaining to do. I got some splaining to do, Ricky. All right. Okay. It's whatever. You know, there's a whole lot of things I know how to do. But there's a whole lot of things I don't know how to do too. Good morning, welcome to another edition of The Situation. The situation, man. You see that? That's a situation. We in the situation, and I got my black pink cup on my desk, my big giant desk that I like for y'all to see from up above the desk, because then I don't like for y'all to see that part up under there like that. But anyway, it just is, that's my little problem. I'm gonna have to get me a little rag or something to hang down, like the old ladies at church do, put a rag down there so you can't see up under my clothes. Anyway, so, hey man, welcome to the show. I mean, at one point or another, it get to be too much gold. Hell, I got a gold in my, I feel like, what you call it? What's that name? Gold all on my shoe, gold all on my clothes, gold all on my hand. Don't demean me, just watch. Y'all remember that? Anyway. Gold all on my mic, gold all on my hand, gold all on my neck. Anyway, welcome to the show, man. The Situation, an intentionally Afrocentric live streaming variety talk experience. Yeah, with your brother. Today is January the 20th. The year is 2022. The double deuce. Coke 45, Billy D. Don't let the smooth taste fool ya. It's the double deuce, man. And, you know, man, I just been up in here trying to do the best I can to stay alive. And, my guest, I'm gonna try to hurry up and get in because she got to hurry up and get out. And we got started real 11-ish. We got started more ish than 11 today, and that's cool too. Technical difficulties being in this world. But when we saw each other, she said, she looked at me, she said, "Oh, you look good." And then I had to do what I did was the translation in my mind, like, when you say you look good to somebody now in the COVID era, that means, all right, nigga, you didn't put on as much weight as you could have. And that's some more nigga that I done seen. You know I ain't lying. Anyway, I take it. What the hell? Take good care of yourself. That's the situation. You want to know what the deal is. Come on. That's enough. Shucks. I had too much fun in my life. Living inside my mind is just crazy. And I've been here for so long. It's like there's no escape. Pray for me. Okay, so what's going on in the world? Let me tell you what the deal is right quick. Bloomberg is reporting that a U.S. biotech billionaire by the name of Patrick Soon-Shiong, and I didn't even know Patrick Soon-Shiong was a billionaire in the U.S. Anyway, he has launched a plant that will produce 1 billion COVID-19 vaccine doses a year in Cape Town by the year 2025, which would make it the biggest such factory in Africa and could help the last vaccinated or least vaccinated continent to tackle the pandemic. So they projecting that COVID-19 is just gonna be here. So they're just gonna keep on making vaccine and they're just gonna keep on, because this is just what it is. It's gonna be here. And I don't know if, and I don't know, and my guests don't want to talk about it, but we're gonna have to talk about it a little bit. Anyway, UN Secretary, according to Margaret Bashir of Voices of Africa, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has expressed hope, and did so on yesterday, that there could be an opening to resolve the more than year-long conflict that's happening in Ethiopia,
which has left millions of people on the brink of starvation. In a statement, Guterres said that he spoke Wednesday with former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, who is the African Union's chief envoy to the Horn of Africa. The AU is leading mediation efforts in the Ethiopian conflict, and Obasanjo has been shuttling between the parties since he took up the post in August, trying to build support for a ceasefire and talks. The AU may have the lead, but the US and the EU got their fingers all in it, and that's why the conflict continues. The African Union, I believe, if it was the only negotiating party dealing with the parties in Ethiopia, the Tigrayan forces and the Ethiopian government, I think that the AU would be able to work it out. But as long as you got the US, the EU, and other Russians and these other Europeans, white supremacists in the midst of it, it ain't gonna work. Because Ethiopia really is like one of the last treasures, right, on the African continent. They were never able to absolutely conquer Ethiopia. The Italians failed. They made the major push. And so, I think they're still trying to get Ethiopia. And this is the way to do it, by causing the people to fight themselves to death. Like kind of like how they do black people, right? Got us convinced that we ought to kill each other and not kill them. You know how that'll go. Stop acting like you don't know that. Anyway, you know what? And this show is getting bigger and bigger, and y'all feeling this because I be saying stuff like that to you. Just reminding you that you already know. Anyway, Abdi Latif Dahir of the New York Times
is reporting that Sudanese security forces killed 7 people and injured at least 100 on Monday. And I shared this story with you on yesterday. These were protesters in Sudan. And yeah, the military, their own military, opened fire on them. So, yeah, just reminding you of that, I guess. Closer to home. Let's get closer. So, I don't know if y'all seen this. It's a brother in Louisiana who is the Democratic U.S. Senate candidate. He's a progressive activist. And his name is Gary Chambers Jr. I wish you had that. Did you happen to access that and cue that up by any chance? Craig, when you saw it was going to be one of the stories. There you go. And he got a nice big blunt right there. And he actually fired up in the middle of the commercial and blaze it and talk about it. You know, if I didn't think these old women around here would go crazy if I smoked up in here, I smoke. Hell, I smoke outside, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. Black people, we just get stuck. It's hard for us. And it's hard for us to accept when laws change and when we can access that which we hadn't been able to access. I mean, the reality is that marijuana, hemp, weed, reefer, whatever you want to call it, is not illegal anymore. And I know that'd be black people's concern. Our concern is you don't want to give white folks no reason to lock your ass up. I get it. I understand. But the law changed, and you don't have to be afraid of that any longer. And that's why this brother, Gary Chambers Jr., might mess around and win, because he got the courage to sit unabashedly and consume medicine that Big Pharma don't want you to access. You know, and that's my, I mean, and I'm clear. Look, and what this brother says, he says, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana every 37 seconds. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. In 2021, a Louisiana law decriminalized the possession of up to 14 grams of marijuana. 14 grams, I don't know, somebody told me that's like a half an ounce. I don't know for sure. But however, in Louisiana, in Atlanta, you can have an O. You can have up to 28 grams. So, I mean, stop it. Come out of the dark ages and, yeah, enjoy your life. All right, Lucia Harris, you may not have ever heard that name, and I hadn't, and they called her Lucy. She was the first woman ever drafted into the NBA. And she died this past Tuesday at the age of 66. But she, and it's interesting because, and she went to Delta State in Mississippi. And she was drafted in the NBA. She was 6'3" tall. And while she was at Delta State, she averaged almost 26 points a game. And she led 3 AIAW national championship winning teams, 75, 76, and 77. And she was drafted by, I think, who was it? Was it Utah or somebody? But she didn't accept being drafted because she was pregnant with her first child, and she chose motherhood over an NBA basketball career. And we talking about 1978, something like that. Yep. Anyway, her name was Lucia Harris, also known as Lucy Harris, and she has passed away. Let me see here. I ain't gonna talk about this because I gotta hurry up. I don't want to talk about it anyway. It be making me mad. That was when it was the police down there in Florida that choked out another police, but it was a police woman. You know what I'm saying? His ass ought to be in jail now. He choked the woman out because she tried to intervene with him abusing a prisoner or someone who was being arrested. Anyway, y'all can look that up. Locally, finally, so Georgia is buying a new voter registration system. And I don't know what that's going to entail. Raffensperger announced it yesterday, and we'll look into it and figure it out. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. The family of the young brother Vincent Truitt, who the police murdered, are suing for $150 million. And finally, Morehouse College is launching the Black Men's Research Institute. And that's cool. That's great. They need to talk to me. I teach a class called Pastoral Counseling with African American Men, and really what it should be called is the Black Men's Research Institute, because what I do is ask pertinent questions of black men so other people's reports and opinions lose importance and power when you go straight to the source to get a description of how they feel about things and themselves and what their experience is. So I've been doing that for 10 years now. I've been teaching this class. So anyway, I'm glad Morehouse College is caught up. Great job, Morehouse. And look, let's take a break and hurry up and come back, because I got to get, I don't know how she's going to come up in here talking about how long she can stay and how long she can't. But you know, Negroes be brand new in the 22. See, that's what it is. Negroes brand new. That's going to be the new thing. Negroes brand new in 22. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll be back in a minute with more of the show and our first guest, Kai Ianta.
We're open.
Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Scents, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_scents on IG, or sungoddess.scents on IG, or Sun Goddess Scents like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality foods at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
Stop playing with me. 1, 2, 3. Me and you, your mama and your husband too. Welcome back to the show, man. I like when we come back real fast like that. That might hold people's interest, maybe, if we did that. Special guest in the studio, public health professional, human health advocate, and entrepreneur and author and podcast host and all of that there. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, put your hands together for my dear sister, Ianta. What's up? Yep, the founder of blackpink.org. And I always be scared to say Blackpink, but I just take it and roll with it. That's one of the most controversial, seemingly innocuous terms that and I know you be trying not to think about it, but it's
about a second and here we go. Okay.
Anyway. Welcome, founder of Blackpink.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
How you doing?
Hey, Blackpink is the power. The black is the power of black, right?
Yes.
And the pink is softness of pink. So there you go. We had a conversation ago. We ain't gonna go deep because we went deep before, and we gonna let that go.
Okay, very well.
Blackpink.
So, Kai, how you been doing?
I'm well.
Good, looking beautiful. Happy New Year. I ain't seen you this year.
Happy New Year. Absolutely.
Happy belated Founders Day.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take it.
All the rest
Happy
of it.
early birthday, February 8th.
February coming up. We'll see you again next month. What we talking about? And yes, you're a public health specialist, and you don't want to talk about COVID, but and I don't know why, but my understanding is, and you're gonna have to speak to this, is that COVID-19, it has been stated that this disease has moved or is moving from being a pandemic, meaning across the world, to becoming an endemic.
Correct.
Which means that it's present and ain't really going nowhere ever.
Yeah, just like the flu. The flu was a pandemic at one time, right?
Right.
Just like the chicken pox. It was a pandemic.
Yeah,
right?
TB, malaria. Got
all
it.
those things.
I got the
Correct.
idea. And so,
Correct.
but when is it gonna lose the? Well,
The
when will
ability
people
to
stop
do-
going to fill the hospitals up where
Yeah.
ain't no room for nobody else?
Well, no, yeah, absolutely. So there has to be some exposure to do that because, and not to go too deep, but I'm a scientist, I'm a nerd.
Do your thing, nerd scientist.
And the reason I said I didn't want to talk about COVID anymore because we're buried in COVID, and that's why we're getting caught up in dying from these diseases of cancers and diabetes and heart attacks from hypertension, right? But since you want to start talking about that, let's just talk about it for a minute. So when everybody become exposed, because human beings in evolution, right, we evolve to different things, right? Our systems, our blood, our cells evolve, right? So the moment that everyone has some type of exposure to this COVID, whether it be getting the COVID, whether it be getting the vaccine, the more exposure, right, then the host, how it keeps changing, won't have anywhere to go. It'll be like, oh, dang, they got protection. They got protection. So in public health, we often talk about herd immunity,
herd immunity,
right? And herd meaning a lot, right? A lot of. You think of herd, you think of the animals running together, and so when we get what we call herd immunity, what happens is that then the virus is like, well, dang, I ain't got nowhere to go. So then it becomes
because I'm already there.
Because I'm already there, right?
Okay.
And in your body.
That's why when I say I used to lick doorknobs, then
maybe they help your immune system.
Yeah, but I ain't get the COVID.
No, that's really true. Like my husband for years worked at UPS before he retired, and I would say, you need to wash your hands. You're on that truck. You're doing this, and he would never get sick. And it would be me who's like, well, I got to do this. I got to do that. I wash my hands. I would get colds, right? Because what I'm telling my system is that don't worry about this stuff. I'm gonna prevent it from happening. So when it happens to me, it don't know what to do because he's out there in and he's not being. And I'm not telling you not to go out and not be clean
and lick doorknobs,
right? And lick doorknobs. But what I'm saying is that your immune system kind of helps you.
Some folks we want to lick doorknobs, but that's a whole nother. It's another show.
Yeah. So,
but I used to say that, you know what I'm saying, to say that
Yeah.
I go around a lot of different people. I touch a lot of people. Pre-COVID, I touched people. That was part of what I did. Hell, we used to be up in here drinking out of the damn community cup, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's like unthinkable now,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Folks don't even like smoking the same blunt together no more.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
we're afraid of each other, And the new thing is, I just figured, shout this out with the young people.
Yeah.
They get the blunt, and then you take the lighter and burn the tip of it.
Oh.
So you burning the COVID off.
Learn something new. Learn something. And you were talking about that earlier. And, the podcast, the Rhythm Notes of Health podcast, we're actually doing an entire series on CBD just to educate us so we won't be so fearful of CBD, what's good for us, right?
Right.
Naturally good for us.
Which is naturally good for us. It is naturally occurring in our bodies.
In our bodies.
Cannabinoids.
Come on, talk about it.
But
Right.
But what these systems, white supremacy thrives off black ignorance.
Correct.
Because
that's how they build. Because that's how they continue to build the economics of the country, right?
No doubt. So so let's go on and pivot and talk about what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Since this is your time, and it's blackpink.org, which is a very important website that connects people with information about health
and doctors,
and connects people with doctors, and not only Blackpink but Black.
And the Rhythm Notes of Health podcast.
And by black, I mean brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because you bothered me with this dude, with this, because I take I goes and I see my doctor and I get my checkup once a year, and he be waiting on me because I'm sexy, see?
Yeah.
And he be waiting on me.
And all those men that he doing, they coming in like, oh, he coming, he's sexy.
And I come in and I make sure I'm smelling good and, anointed, oiled all up.
Just for your prostate exam.
Lubed.
For your prostate exam.
For my prostate exam.
But you sit here with us and you don't have prostate cancer.
No, I ain't got it. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I praise God for that. You know what I'm saying? A little bit swole, but it's but not cancerous.
From that, you're not swole from that prostate exam.
No, I'm talking about black men. Know everybody, man. People, if you old enough, you know your prostate swells. That's just prostate swells, and
it does
as you get older.
Absolutely, but that's important.
And I'm older, and that's what the lime juice for.
Take out inflammation. No, absolutely. But that's why people have to listen to the podcast. So the podcast isn't for me because most of the information I know. But as we talk about the prostate, the urologist is on there who went to Tuskegee. Shameless plug. But he literally breaks down what is the prostate, where is it located, the importance of it, the fact that it grows and swells as you get older, what's good with swelling and what's not good, and what you should be aware of, and all those things, and what tests you need to take, what age you need to take. He literally breaks down everything about prostate. So that's the importance of listening to the podcast.
Good, y'all. He's selling in the what you call it? In the you need. I'm about to invest in this new company.
What is?
Sack stools.
Maybe I should start selling those on the
Sack
website
stools.
just for the men.
So dudes like when dudes had to stand up a long time, they have a little stool,
Yeah.
and they sack just sit on the stool.
But if your prostate that large, that's probably a problem. That's probably a problem.
I hate having these conversations with you, but you traffic in this shit. You traffic in prostate.
Of course, because we've gotten so caught up in COVID, right? That we're forgetting about our preventive screenings, our preventive health screenings. Like this year just started. We like with the 20th, and I literally have about 4 or 5 people have told me they have colon cancer advanced, right?
Lord have mercy.
Metastasized. And colon cancers is one of the most preventive cancers. It's about getting your colonoscopy. Then, as I was telling one of my friends about it, she said, well, what do they do? But if I'm 53, she's 53, and you're supposed to have it at 50. So if she asks what it is to do, that means that she hasn't gotten her colonoscopy, right? So my first emotion was, I'm furious, right? But as a public health education, I have to settle myself down to explain to her what it is and the importance of getting it, right?
Me and my wife went and got one together. We had couples colonoscopy.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Who drove y'all home though? Then
I think my daughter did.
okay, well then that's good.
Yeah, we was up in there, and I believe I went in first. You know, cause I'm a man. So I went in and let them do exploratory on my colon.
Yeah.
I went first because I'm manly.
Yeah.
And I came out. You know, they put you to sleep. Ain't no telling what they do to you, Jesus.
You're not even in that long enough. They really want to check that colon and get you out and get the next person in, right? Because
why they got to put you to sleep though? It seemed like it make it seem.
Awake. You can stay awake.
But that's okay though, right?
Yeah, you can stay awake.
If you wanna, yeah, okay.
If you're having a problem with the prostate exam,
Yeah.
imagine them going up with a tube inside of your colon, right?
Lord have mercy.
To make sure that your colon is looking good. So the importance of the screening is that so your doctors can get a baseline to where you are, right?
And you only have to give them like once every 10 years, or is it?
Correct, unless then there is some type of they see a polyp, meaning something there, and they need to check you again. So in that case, then you have to have it.
I think that was me.
That was you.
I think I was sitting on it.
It was you. It was you.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Prostate swell, swole up and hit it.
Less than 10 years.
Prostate swole up and hit that button. It's cool getting old, though. It's cool getting old. This is something
Absolutely.
that you know.
It means you living.
Yeah.
Right.
And what's so beautiful is that we have known each other so long. For people who are watching this and saying, Slaughter just hell of inappropriate with this woman. But I've been knowing this woman for 30 years, man.
Over 30.
Over 30 years.
Over,
and we've
over
been
35 years to be exact.
And we've been laughing and talking crazy like this since I met you. You know, you started off being too damn familiar with me. But I always just think about how long we've been laughing and just enjoying laughing together. And I thought about that, and I think that's
because life is light, and with our heavy studies and thought processes of trying to work for, and funny how we're both working for people that look like us, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what Booker T do, right?
That's what we do.
You know who you are and what you need to be, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we met then, we had no inkling that life would take us where it is. You know what I mean? So
right.
That's really a good thing.
Yeah.
And here we are, like together. You know what I mean? So that's really a good thing. But we're just gonna leave that right
it's a blessing.
there.
But it's good to have friends and relationships that are able to be sustained over years through pandemics, and even through other friends falling
absolutely
to the side and going away. It's good to be able to hold on. And I think if, as it relates to health and as it relates to public health, that one of the most helpful things that people can do is try to maintain healthy relationships.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that says something about your character, right?
Yeah.
And that you're able to do that. And that's important. Like when people don't have friends, right? And I use that word lightly because my daughter be like, Mommy, I don't know this person. He's not your friend. And I said, they're not. Because I have like a handful of friends and a possible on this end, you know.
Yeah.
But I am a people person, so I have a lot of associates and I have a lot of people who call me friend, and that's okay, right? But even to be able, when people don't have friends, it says a lot about your character. And people brag about that, I don't have friends. Well, you're living in the world by yourself. Like, that's important, even just to talk to people about how you're feeling, right?
Yeah.
And to help talk you off the ledge. Because as much information as I give to you and everybody else, I can't tell myself that. So people have to call me and tell me, like, look, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
You know
being
what I
a
mean?
therapist, and therapy don't work on your own family.
Absolutely.
It just don't work on you, and it don't work on your family.
Absolutely.
You know,
No,
but it work
absolutely.
on you, everybody else.
Yeah,
You
no,
good?
absolutely.
You got a roll?
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right. So the
Green.
podcast, and you said there's already something that's posted, right? As relates to prostate health.
Correct.
Well, tell folks who it is and how to access it and what they're going to see when they go on.
Yeah,
look.
absolutely.
And
So-
where to go on.
Where to go, right, correct. So the Rhythm Notes of Health podcast.
The Rhythm Notes of Health.
Correct.
5 words, all connected, no spaces.
Correct.
All lowercase?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. The Rhythm Notes of Health. Okay? Because you were saying it real fast, and I didn't want to say, what'd she say?
yeah, okay.
Yeah. The Rhythm Notes of Health. Because I'm going to go on and look, because I need to get
listen, because you know what? It's my love of music, hence rhythm, right?
Right.
Your heart, rhythmatic, rhythm, right?
Right.
Notes, meaning that individualizing the health, right?
Okay.
And giving you information, right? And so, and the health is understood. So it was a combination, because at the end, I always kind of showcase independent music artists, right? Because they don't really get the plug that they should.
Right.
So I kind of talk about that because music is, that's my drug of choice, music, right? So it's the combination of all those things, and really just want to empower Black people, right, with doctors, so they can have a better relationship with their doctors, because you are with your body way more than anybody else.
Exactly.
So you have to partner with your doctors, and the only way you're able to do that is not be intimidated about your health. Because if they coming in and they telling you, you know, I tell a doctor in a minute, you know, how you doing, doc? Have a seat. It's gonna be a minute, like, because I want to ask some questions. Like, if I don't see you but once
and
a year,
you're not participating with the 5-minute visit. you ain't participating. I'm finna throw your calendar off, buddy.
Hey, listen, and what I always say is, when they give me a hard time, and I have this medical knowledge, imagine what they're giving to the layman person who don't.
You know, and doctors hate to see me coming. And my mama, she hated for me to take her to the doctor, because my mama was old school,
What
and
they say is what it is.
all obsequious and almost slavish, when it come to what a doctor say. I don't give a damn about no doctor. Hell, I'm a damn doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing though, and this is a part of the dis-ease, and it has to do. I was thinking earlier today. All of the stuff that we esteem people for, like, and I'm getting ready to probably go on a tangent, but stay with me. Being athletes, being actors, and at the end of the day, what they are being paid to do is to pitch a product, to sell a product. Whatever it is who's sponsoring them being able to be seen is selling a product.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I don't know why we esteem people so highly for that. And when in the same breath, talking about people that we esteem highly, the reason that we esteem doctors so highly is because of the propaganda machine behind them. You know, starting with damn Marcus Welby, MD.
That's
you know,
right.
and presenting this
Right.
this TV fantasy shit about how wholesome and morally right and ethically conscious. At the same time, they pushing that narrative. The history, the actual history, and I'm reading last night, Medical Apartheid.
Oh,
I'm working
okay.
on an article, and I'm reading that like Harriet Washington.
I bought that for my daughter who's going into medicine.
Right. I'm reading Harriet Washington, so I'm mad, you know, because she's like, the reason that people, because I'm writing an article that I'm at a space in my article where I'm talking about COVID-19 and the difference in responses as it relates to vaccine hesitancy between black people and white people, right? And what that's actually about. And what people suggest, even black people, and I hate black people that are these vaccine hawks that be disrespecting other people because they don't want to be vaccinated. I don't like that shit. But part of the reason that they get away with doing it because they see themselves allying with doctors. But when you look at the data, healthcare workers are among the people who are most vaccine hesitant and who don't want to be involved with that. But we are trained to give obeisance to doctors and doctors' words when doctors have been malpracticing, intentionally malpracticing against black people from back yonder up until this very present moment. The data reflect a black woman could end up dead just going to have a baby, and a white woman come out just regular. And I learned another new word today. And black women have a higher fecundity.
Okay, then. That is your new word.
Okay? Black women have a higher sense of fecundity than whites do, meaning the ability to produce.
Correct.
It's located in black women. But black women end up dead at the hospital having a baby, doing something that is just the most natural thing to happen. Why is that happening? It's happening because white people are malpracticing against black people and ain't getting charged for it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm glad that you said that. Like, that's very important because that's why I do what I do. And when you talk about doctors, you know, every doctor that's on my podcast takes a holistic approach, right?
Okay.
Meaning they're not just going to prescribe a prescription with the synthetic drugs, right? They're going to tell you about some natural things that you do. So I strategically, like I have doctors that tell me, oh, this doctor want to be on your podcast. And I literally go through this interviewing process because if you don't take a holistic approach, if you ain't black, my skin is so black, I'm gonna die 3 times and come back black.
Right.
This podcast isn't for you, right? And I'm real serious about that. And I have some doctors who actually have gone through medical school and worked from a bunch of practices who have left because they're no longer with the whole thing of, because you know some of them get paid to write prescriptions.
Oh,
right?
hell to the yeah.
Right. It's
they
the
dope pushers. Right,
exactly.
They dope pushers.
It's the kickback of it, right?
Yeah.
So,
but they got Marcus Welby MD on their side.
Correct.
While they slinging dope.
But that's the importance of the podcast.
Yeah.
That's the importance of the podcast. The podcast is important because it helps educate you about what you need to know. So when the doctor tell you some stuff that don't make sense, you can say, well, listen, I don't know about that. And then I even tell people that you can send in, you can email me at info@blackpink.org.
Info@blackpink.org.
For questions, and I will get it to the doctors to get answers for you. Because it is really about us educating ourselves to empower ourselves, right? That is the only way that we doctors come and tell you, listen, they tried me. I mean, I was having some rhythmic problems with my heart. Like I said, you got to go to the cardiologist, right? And I go to the cardiologist, and he gives me medicine that makes me feel crappy. And then he gives me medicine that is really making my heart beat. And you telling me that well, for this, just don't take this and take this. So let me get this straight. I'm not going, and I'm not saying not to do what the doctors say. I'm not saying that. I'm saying help and partner, right? So I called one of my doctor friends who's smart as a whip. She got 2 specialties. She's an internist and a pediatrician. That's really smart. I call her. She's the person that helped me get it together. You know what else I do? I chew a half of CBD every night, right? So I ain't mad about that, cuz.
Well,
and I don't have no heart rate problems.
I smoke
anymore.
a whole CBD every day. You know what? You made me think about, you talk about who can be on your show and who might want to tune in and who might not.
Yeah.
So this dude hit me up the other week, said, Dr. Slaughter, man, I was told about you and I wanted to have you on. I wanted to interview you, such and such so-and-so, and I'm doing such and such so-and-so and reconciliation and blah, 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 blah. I said, look here, bruh. I'll agree to be on your show coming up this such and such a day at such and such a time. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that. But you might want to look at my show and see where I'm coming from, because I ain't saying, I'm just saying, it don't sound like to me that you're going to really want me on your show. You just think you want me on your show.
You want me, right.
So this is what we do. If you want me on after looking at my stuff, now you don't have to call me.
Yeah.
You don't just send me the link. and I'll be on there. I'm still waiting on the link.
But Dr. Slaughter, while you playing, you know, we did the COVID show, and you the historian, and you talked about medical apartheid.
Yeah, back when COVID first started. I remember that. Yeah,
because people still. That's my point. People still asking me, do COVID shows. Like, well, I did that. Go back and watch the video.
Yeah, you
right?
did. Yeah, you did that.
We had a panel of professionals, doctors who talk about, including Doctor of Pharmacy, who talked about all aspects of COVID and the vaccine. I'm done with that. Like, I am, right? I'm just really trying to save your life and tell you to go and get these mammograms. Right?
Yeah.
Get these mammograms, these annual
How do y'all feel about mammograms?
I mean, I'm tired of getting my breast smashed like you tired of getting the prostate, right? Every time one of my friends, we all go, we have anxiety every year. It's like, we got to go get your breast smashed. Because we feel like a man must have came up with this mammogram machine because he don't understand the breast smash, right? But at the end of the day, it is still the best way to see our tissues inside of our breast. So whatever we need to do, right? And you should be checking them at home. You should be checking them at home. So if anything is different, you should be checking it. And ladies,
and you ought to have your partner check it for you too. Have your partner check them.
But you know the other thing is that you should be having a mirror and you should be looking at your vaginal area, women. So when there's a change in that, you can communicate with your doctor also. You can't be scared to look at something that you having somebody else look at. You need to be looking at it.
Lord have mercy. I had a professor, June Dobbs Butts. Okay. June Dobbs Butts, I think, was Maynard Jackson's auntie. Okay. And she was a professor and she taught health and sexuality, sexuality and spirituality and those types. And we went into class, I'll never forget. I'm like in my first year seminary, second year seminary. And I would go in and she says, all right, I would like for all of the young ladies in the class, you have homework. You are to go home and take a mirror and put it on the floor. And I want you to squat over it and look, and then you come back, and I want you to write down what it is that you see.
Right, absolutely.
June Bud Dobbs. And she was like an old lady, with gray hair, telling people to do that, and I thought that was strange, but now I understand.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I talked to the doctors and I said, what is it that you want me to convey, right? And they literally say, women got to start looking at themselves, right? So when they see one little small thing, they know that that's something that's been there, right? You got to start looking at yourself so you can partner with your doctor. It is a relationship. It is a marriage. And it's also important to be with a doctor, if it's a good doctor, right? As long as you can and not hop around
Yeah,
unless you need to get a second
and
opinion.
women need women doctors.
Correct, that part.
I'm trying to tell you that
Correct.
as a dude, because
Correct.
I got quite a few frat brothers, you know, who tell me the truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
When I ask them who are gynecologists, you know, and I've asked them, bruh, how you feel when you're doing the examination? They was like, well, hey, bruh, I'm a dude just like you a dude. I feel the same thing you would feel.
I don't know about that.
And you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? I was like, well, that's terrible. My wife can't have no man. I'm sorry.
No, some women like males, right? For me, I like females because the females understand because they got the same part, right?
Right.
They explain more, they're more gentle, and that's what I need. I need you to understand, because if you don't have what I don't have,
Because you're a subject and I'm a subject.
Correct.
Instead of me being a subject, I'm an object and you a subject. You know, when both women are subjects. But when a dude is doing it, then you an object.
Well, let me tell
You know
you
what I
what
mean?
God said. So in the male series of the podcast, we have like 5 shows. And if you want to see the show, I'm on YouTube.
Okay.
Under Black Pink. If you
Black
just want to
Pink
hear, if you
on
want to
YouTube,
see.
okay.
But so I had all male doctors until I got to the last show, right? The last show, it was the bulging belly of the men because we wanted to show how the relationship is to heart disease, right? But I couldn't get the male on schedule and I needed to move on, so I got a female. So guys tell me all the time that they love the male series, but they receive the information better from all the male doctors.
But let me say
they listen
this.
to the female, but they prefer the male.
Well, let me interject this, because at the same time, I'm saying my wife must have a female gynecologist.
Yeah.
I wish I had a female urologist. I think I do. Maybe I don't, because when you be in them kind of situations, you really ain't flattering. You know, it ain't flattering.
And they don't see it like that. They do this stuff all the time, right? This is
But
what
just
they
when a
do.
dude doing it, it feels real different and strange.
Well, my urologist friend who went to Tuskegee, Dr. Melvin Fossil, he'll tell you, he'll stick his finger up. He said, I tell the guys, and yeah, I just shook your hand, but this finger, I'm checking your prostate with you. Like, so that's his whole joke, right?
I told you, I think my doctor's joke, this shit's not funny. This Negro he says, all right, I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder, you're going to feel some pressure.
Yeah.
Okay? He said, if you feel 2 hands on your shoulder and you feel pressure, there's a problem. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong? You can't be saying stuff like that. Nigga, I'm armed.
Get you to relax and laugh so he can get it done.
I'm like, nigga, I'm armed. I will murder you.
We can see the headline now. Dude goes in to get his prostate and murders the doctor.
You know what I mean? What's wrong with you? You must be crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just felt one. Let the record reflect. I only felt one hand on my shoulder. Okay.
And you don't have prostate cancer, right?
No,
So
I don't.
I always tell people that men should not be dying of prostate cancer anymore because they're about to eradicate prostate cancer, get rid of it, because they have literally found treatments that don't kill all tissue, only kills the bad tissue, right? So
That's good.
Get the exam.
Ashe. Yes, ma'am. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to try to handle these things and stay alive.
That part.
And we're going to listen to you on blackpink.org,
That's
as
correct.
well as the podcast, which is The Rhythm Notes of Health. All right, that's cool. We're going to do all that. And we're going to look to see you in the next month or so to follow up on how these prostate exams went.
Absolutely.
Right.
And an early happy birthday.
And an early happy birthday to you. And I want you sisters to go out and get you a prostate exam too, just so you see how it feels.
No, they need some prostate exam. Well, I'm gonna leave that alone because we all on daytime
Because it shows some dude that needs some mammograms anyway. And it's the truth, but dudes be needing mammograms.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For real.
For real.
Yeah.
Men have breast cancer too.
Yeah, Richard Roundtree had breast cancer.
Correct. You're absolutely correct.
Negro, if Shaft can get breast cancer, hell, anybody can. Straight up.
Just check yourself and notice difference. Know your body. You are with your body way more than the doctors, so you got to know it.
I'm going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, put your hands together for my dear sister, Ianta Burks. Of blackpink.org. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. Check out her podcast. Go to her website. Ride with her. Stay alive. We'll be back in a minute with my next guest, political activist and pundit, Stacey Hopkins, on the situation. Big Ed.
We're open. Yes, we're open.
We are open, and Sandtown Pub is ready to serve you. We're taking precautions, wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing, and practicing social distancing. We've even partnered with local leaders to hand out free masks. So stop by and enjoy our outdoor patio, dine in, call ahead for pickup, get Uber Eats and DoorDash delivery, or order online at www.sandtownpub.com.
Peace, family. It's your girl, Shelly Set with Sun Goddess Sense, your one-stop natural shop. We are located at 4140 Jonesboro Road, booth 225, inside the Forest Park International Discount Mall in Forest Park, Georgia. Come check us out. You can get your health and beauty items, aromatherapy, skincare, Pan-African apparel, and more. You can reach us at 404-434-7963 or sungoddess_sense on IG or sungoddess.sense on IG or Sun Goddess Sense like page on Facebook. Peace.
Hi, I'm Broderick Gooch.
And I'm Tian Gooch.
And we're Gooch's Goodies.
Here at Gooch's Goodies, we specialize in delivering smiles and satisfaction to your home with our high-quality foods at affordable prices.
Our signature sauces and dishes will guarantee a flavor that your family will love, and that's a Gooch's Goodies guarantee. You can follow us on Facebook,
DoorDash,
and Grubhub. See you soon.
love's like wings of Red Bull. I take a sip of you, and I. I'm on you, baby. I'm on you, baby. Girl, I know. Loving you is danger for my soul. I said loving you is danger for my soul. It's to my soul, baby girl. And I'm so gone, lost on you. Love drunk, I'm lost on you. What you do and what you do, baby, and you got my heart fluttering from the butterfly. Fluttering around you like wings, Red Bull, and take a sip of you, and I can fly like I'm sitting next to the moon, baby. Live to die together. Came into my life at a time and a need. There's a motor line. You in the kitchen cooking supper. It's been past time that I got to know you.
Send it to you.
Even though I said I'd never write about it, never make a song about you this soon, let alone that anyway. So this one ain't.
Love you. Nothing. Prostate one.
Yeah, we don't want it dropping on the floor.
But there's no more you and me. Look what you do to me, girl. Got me all in my feelings, stuck in my pain, smoking more than I can handle. Too numb just wanna win the place to you. I just wanna tell you that I love you and that you feel beautiful. And I guess
Hey, Frank, let's go take the picture right quick. Get it out the way. Let's go take the picture right now. Which means that no vote is right.
Right. It's a wrap. Pelosi that's my go-to.
None of these dudes and ginger.
it's a trip. I've been thinking I knew everybody.
4.
I know, but I'm on. I've been thinking that I knew everybody in my class. But they be putting out the birthdays for the class of 80, and I don't be knowing none of these people.
If it wasn't for Facebook, I wouldn't know nobody's birthday.
But yeah, me neither, and wouldn't be studying it, and kind of still ain't.
Then what day is your birthday?
August the 6th. Don't nobody never.
I was getting ready to say, when people say happy birthday, and I was like, what year is this? I thought I missed
this
something.
one. This gonna be a big one. They had a big birthday for me my wife and my children. My wife and my church family
You'll
had
be
a
60 before I
yeah.
will.
They had a big birthday little thing for me up in here, and I didn't know it was gonna happen, and especially because it was my 59th. I was not
You weren't
expecting
expecting
anything on
perfect.
my 59th.
That's
Plus, in the
perfect.
middle of damn COVID and all of that, it was just not something that I was looking forward to or expecting.
It's good to know that you're loved and appreciated.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what year. So.
No, Nick Rose just wanted me to stop trying to kill myself because I was trying to die last year,
Well,
and it worked. I quit. I stopped.
good. Good.
Welcome back to the show. My name is Slaughter. This is The Situation. Who is that up under me, man? That's 79. So 9. That's so 9. All right, man. Much love and respect to So 9. See to the if you're watching this, tell So 9 I need him back on, man. Like in the next week or so. I love that young brother. He has some of the craziest energy. I'm sitting up here talking to this Negro and started crying.
What?
Yeah, look at you know how.
What's the matter, baby?
You know how. But first of all, now you know how Haitian people are and how they be looking.
You need to stop.
And you know, if a Haitian person don't touch you in their heart when they be talking to you, if it don't touch you in your heart, you ain't got no heart. You a heartless motherfucker. And just like white people don't love Haitians. They heartless. You know, I mean, white people have done everything in their power to destroy Haiti, the culture, the people, their lives.
It still stands.
And it still stands, but they have done everything possible. They sent earthquakes and damn hurricanes and drop them on Haiti. On one side of the island. Now, Dominican Republic on the other side.
Right.
You know, shit never touched that side. I mean, man, how you have an earthquake on one side of an island? I don't know. Anyway.
It's some diabolical shit, man.
Anyway, So 9. I love you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, Stacey Hopkins.
Everything you heard about me is probably understated or over-exaggerated.
So what's good, sis?
Man, I'm just trying to hang in there, getting COVID.
Yeah.
Look, I've been dodging this COVID like Mario, jumping through hoops. But so far, so good. My son-in-law got it. He's recovering.
Yeah, well, it
happens.
I had to dodge it, man. My wife had it.
I heard.
Yeah, and I had to dodge it. I had to put a flow of separation in between us so I could make it through.
Look, I just walk around with some Lysol fresh scent.
Just skeeting.
Just low key.
But I had to take care of her through the whole time and, provide meals, feed her. See, I just was like, you know what? I really don't want this because, my wife and her family, they made out of something else. They come up out of Mississippi, man, with that Mississippi, Arkansas black dirt power funk. You know what I'm saying? They don't get sick. They made out of, stuff. But hell, I get a cold, anyway, I was just scared of the COVID, man.
I just figured, I went through 5 kids. Kids are more gunked up than that monkey in outbreak. So if I can make it through 5 kids, so far, God willing, pretty good. But I think the children have probably exposed me to every germ known to mankind.
Yeah,
we'll see. But
they got it, and because you got the children and the grandchildren and everything. Them shorties, they be having a different kind of disease.
Man, man, every time I turn around, somebody's nose is running, and you know they be trying to feed me, put their hands in my mouth. I'm like, no. Yaya loves you, but back up. I'll spray them too. So I can't do it. I love my kids and grandkids. I don't eat after them. Don't put your hands in my, no, you cannot.
So, Sister Stacey,
I'm sorry.
I'm glad to see you, and I'm glad that you on this.
See you too.
On this show, man. Happy New Year! I ain't tell you that. Happy New Year.
You know it's been that long.
Yes, since you've been on the show. Yeah,
it's been that long.
Yeah, so good to see you.
A lot's been going on, and
you did come through the other day when we had on King Day.
That was so wonderful.
Yeah.
I had a ball. I should have worn my red fur jacket.
Yeah. You know what? People miss that, and much respect, much love, much respect to Stacey Hill, the founder, president of Confident Woman International LLC.
Yes. The whole name. Say the whole name.
I said it because I'm down with her. Because what I appreciate was her idea to have the event on Dr. King's actual birthday.
Right.
And I think that went over people's heads. I think people missed the significance of that, because, it's like having a Dr. King's birthday on what day the white folks say it. It's like, it's another damn compromise. And it reminds us of the fact that we had to compromise on that. You know what I mean? That's what it reminded me of, but... Anyway, that's just me.
Well, for me, the attraction was to be in the beloved community, because what is around here is truly a beloved community. To be here and to do the most honorable and noble thing any human can do is to simply feed and clothe another.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was like, I'm there. I'm there. And we had a ball.
Yeah.
I know I did. I almost got another husband.
Well, how many you want?
I don't know. I mean...
What's with your present husband?
I got a whole bunch. I got a whole bunch of future ex-husbands.
Future ex-husbands.
We're gonna try, but it ain't gonna work.
Well, let's talk about what you talk about. You a political activist.
I don't know what
and in Georgia, was it last week? Old Uncle Joe come shuffling into the city with Auntie Kamala.
They went to the King Center.
And they end up over there on Clark, Atlanta, between Clark, Atlanta, and
they should have came to JJ's
over there by W.B. Du Bois
Campbellton
statue
Road.
over there. And they came in, and I've been asking people this because I don't know, I didn't feel good about Joe Biden's attempt to present himself as someone who is familiar with the black community. I don't like that. That's so it's so patronizing to me. It was, and why he's so foul to me.
It was as the some of the voting rights groups who actually boycotted his visit said, it was a photo op, but that's the business of politics. It's all photo ops and opportunity. It was pandering.
That's what I was.
It was clear pandering, and a lot of people just said, "No, I didn't even try to go." I was like, I gotta.
Yeah,
I got laundry to fold.
I was over there and I didn't even know. To be honest with you, I didn't even know what the hell was going on. I called my son. I was like rolling down Lowry, heading over to the bank or whatever, and the police was all lined up by Morehouse Gate and and Fair Street. They was all out there, student movement drive. And then when I got home and looked at the news, they were talking about the president was up there on the campus. I was like, yeah, because I called my son. I was like, boy, be careful over here, boy. They looking for you.
Yeah, usually, the thing that I dread is whenever, public officials come into town, especially if they fly into Hartsfield, it makes traffic crazy. But other than that, I mean, he could have said what he did. Everything that was said could have been a very nice email.
Yeah, and all of them words that he said that day and all of those words that he said on yesterday were of no import, no impact, and of no effect on Congress. They had no effect whatsoever. And what we got now is the news that came out today is that on last evening, the filibuster they were not able to overturn the filibuster because of Manchin and Sinema, and they held strong with their Republican allies, even though they're Democrats. And they undermined the possibility of voting rights. And Kristen Sinema has to be the most hypocritical human being that I've seen in the last day or so.
Hypocritical. I
think she said. Well, let me say what she said. This statement is hypocritical.
Okay.
Let me say her statement was, "I'm for voting rights." Her statement is, "I'm for voting rights."
But
however, I'm also for the filibuster.
Right.
And you can't be for both.
And the filibuster has been primarily used to block civil rights and voting rights bills.
Right.
So she's speaking with a forked tongue, and now Democrats have a problem because, this all kind of goes into the whole vote blue no matter who. No, you can't do that because this is what happens. This is what you get. And the sad part about it is that it really has put egg on a lot of groups' faces who went out there. They did the damn thing in 2020. They brought home the vote for Biden, right? So now there's nothing they can go back to the same community in a couple of months and say, listen, you need to vote for them for what? Because we haven't gotten anything.
See, that's going to be a problem. And it takes us back to kind of where you were before the election almost, and I was saying, damn it, we just need to get damn Trump out of there. And I was glad that he was removed from office. But what we replaced him with,
but we kept asking this is what frustrates me. During the primaries, black people kept saying, and there were a lot of other voters, progressive voters as well, saying, okay, we get Trump out, then what? Don't worry about it. You get Trump out, everything's going to be made magically delicious. We did not elect people to get up there and say, you know what? We tried and we can't. No, you need to do that. You need to find a way. And as far as the filibuster is, there is one option left. The Madam Vice President can help defeat the filibuster. She is the president of the Senate.
Yes, true.
This is a arcane Senate rule. This is not in the Constitution. So there are some options. They may be slim, but they need to do everything that they can because, we keep saying just vote them out. You can't vote them out because we have gerrymandered districts where you can come out and vote. So that's not going to work. So,
but I've heard someone say, I don't know who this political pundit was, but what they said, it made a whole lot of sense. That Biden could do something. Biden could put the pressure on them and go to Nancy Pelosi and to Schumer and say, all right, we'll go to Schumer, rather, and say to Schumer, all right, Sinema and Manchin, they ain't on no committees. They off all committees, and they are persona non grata in this Senate going forward. That's how we rolling, because that's how they rolling. That's how we rolling. If they lost the ability to direct a dollar to their home districts, they would automatically see a different way
they did
to
it
do
for Marjorie
business.
Taylor Greene.
What you mean?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she got elected to Congress, they basically made her post ineffective.
Right.
Now,
and they did that for her.
Now, had
she's a
Manchin
stupid
and
white
Sinema
woman.
been a black senator, say Cory Booker, only one we got. So it had
You don't even count Tim Scott.
or the member of the squad, or the member of the squad, right? Had it been them, you would have saw the full fury of the Democratic Party come and crush them. But they are apparently protected. And let's be honest, they're not really Democrats. They're not. They're GOP plants. They've been in there. Manchin, his views have.
Well, he used to be a Republican.
Right.
Straight up.
None of this should be surprising in how they act. Cinema may be surprising. I mean, everybody loved her, and I remember, oh, look at her outfit. She looks cute. Well, so do I. You know, she's got wigs and stuff, and you know, she's so fly and. She's pro-choice. That's the other opposite one. Now the pro-choice movement is saying they're not going to support her. She's got primary challenges. I don't know what they're going to do with Joe, but in the meantime, we're left in this quandary, and we really don't have any solutions. There are other reforms. We can try other reforms on the state level, but right now, Congress has not really functioned in over 20 years. People need to stop looking for Congress unless you do a massive sweeping change. You just can't, if you elect one person to this seat, one person to that seat, we'll get change in about 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
But you have to slate up and take it over because it is so dysfunctional. It is so entrenched with party politics and machinations that it is simply not going to function to give us anything. And I think people are frustrated because I don't elect people. Do you get hired at a job and then you tell the job, well, you know what? I just can't do it, but I'm going to keep coming and get that check.
You're not able to get away. Yeah, you won't get away with that.
And so, listen, they're going to have to figure it out. That's why they won office and I didn't. So they need to figure it out. But if you need me to tell you what to do, then maybe we need to reverse seats.
Hey, I think you should run anyway.
I only run for buses, trains, planes. Y'all trying to get me shot. And then y'all have me out there begging for money, telling me I ain't got it. No. But you know they'll come for me because I'll be sitting in the chair smoking a big blunt.
That's what needs to happen. Like old buddy down there in Louisiana.
Listen, I wanted to put beats to that ad. It was beautifully shot.
I did want to comment. You're right. The cinematography was just excellent.
Shot. On that. You looked at I was like, oh, Atlanta's coming back. I thought it was a commercial for Atlanta on Fox, and I was like, oh, because at first, I didn't have my glasses on. I was like, oh, that's Paperboy. They finna come back with it.
You thought that was Paperboy?
Yes, I did.
You got it. That's a reference to ATL. Oh, what's that you got? What is that here?
What?
I don't know what.
What'd that be?
Okay, cool. We got to get that to her. Speaking of Miss Lucille, we need to be praying mightily for her. Mama Lou is remember, you know Mama Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mama Lou ain't doing too good right now. And I can't go see her.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Can't go see her, and that's. I didn't mean to interject that, but I see that big old thing over there. But it's. I talked to her daughter this morning, and she was like, she took a bad turn last evening. So we're going to be prayerful.
We definitely will.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Anyway, let's come back to Georgia politics.
So,
Georgia politics, you can't say Georgia politics. You can't say them two words. What's going on? We got is we still on? Just let me know.
See?
Oh, it's the screen up here looking all crazy.
Stuff and put.
There we go. We back. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
See, just me. But Georgia politics.
Let's come back to Georgia politics. Stacey Abrams. We talked about the fact that Biden and Harris and everybody came and they was kicking it with.
Stacey Abrams had a prior commitment.
And Stacey,
who blows off the president? You got some juice, I guess. She said she had a previous engagement and couldn't. At first, she put a tweet out welcoming Biden and Harris to come to Georgia, and then after she decided that she could not meet with them because she had a prior engagement. That's some gangster shit.
Yeah, that's super gangster. And I'm wondering, why is it that she felt the need to put distance between herself and the president right now?
Well, when you have the groups, I mean, one of the groups that was boycotting was New Georgia Project, which was founded by Abrams. So that could be it. Or
kind of felt like a conflict of interest of sorts.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Pope was in town or something. I don't know.
Well, hell,
I don't know. But, I mean, when we talk about photo ops, and then there are movements made in order to create illusions. So we don't really know how she stands, because on one hand you have a tweet that says welcome and thank you and I stand by you, and then you're kind of like publicly dissing the man by saying I can't meet with you, I got prior engagements. So I was asked about what a Stacey Abrams, Georgia would look like. It's kind of hard to tell right now, because her campaign is really not, if you go to her website, you just see a blurb and, of course, a donate button, but you don't really see anything about the issues. She has made some statements out. It looks like that definitely from the commercials that one of her groups that she helped found, Fair Fight, that Medicaid expansion will be part of that. The problem is that Governor Deal, before leaving office, kind of he did prevent the governor from making any changes or to get us to expand Medicaid. So that's going to be up to the state legislator, not Miss Abrams, should she win the election. Okay. Hope Scholarship, we've got a debate in 2011, and we went through this with the primary between her and Stacey Evans about her role in the Hope Scholarship, which is really complicated. I mean, she even called me prior to running and we were on the phone for an hour, and I was like, yeah, but y'all didn't have to vote that way. There were other ways to go around the cuts that were being instituted. Because what happened with Hope in 2011, this was right after the Tea Party, and we've got to cut spending. And so Governor Deal and the Georgia legislature proposed changing Hope to put in a GPA requirement and also an SAT requirement. That really knocked out, I think it was 3.7 GPA you needed to have and 1,200 in the SAT.
Damn, yeah. That cut out everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
And for those who came from schools that were not on the north side, did not have people sitting there, speaking SAT words to them at the dinner table, it was difficult to get Hope, and one of my daughters was one of them. She ended up not going to college. She ended up going later on, but Stacey Abrams made a deal to kind of drop the SAT requirement and create another. You had the Zell Miller Scholarship, and then you had what became Hope, and that also affected technical college students.
Well, so the record, the Abrams record, is there for us.
It's
us
not
to see.
very good
and
in
it's
Georgia.
Not. Yeah, I mean, it's what it is it's an exercise in compromise, and some people think politics is all about compromise, but there's a way in which it kind of, you get the feeling that she sells out her constituents.
Compromise is when you have good ideas. If you have a set of good ideas coming from one side and another, and you put them together, that's a compromise. When you agree to a bad idea in order to push legislation, that's acquiescence, and it's doing harm. Yeah. So what we're having, I mean, I'm happy that she is planning to address Hope and reverse what was done, because I mean, what happened in 2011, even the Democratic caucus under the Gold Dome were unaware, and they were furious. And there was another way to address that by simply instituting a cap on Hope. Because I mean, when my daughter was going to school, there was a joke about, the Hope mobiles that would be in the parking lot of these colleges.
Right. I mean, anything where the outcome might be black people benefit, white people don't like that shit.
Right.
If it seems like black people, and they will exaggerate, they will lie, they will do whatever they have to do in order to kill legislation where if they think the black people will benefit in As someone, I was laughing at this comedian the other day talking about 1 iota. How come it ain't never 2 iotas, but or 3 iotas? Now 1 iota. If black people gonna benefit, they gonna kill it. You know, and so that is what it is.
And so we need to hear from her more of what she's going to do, help black businesses, black business owners. We saw what happened with the money that came down out of the stimulus, the PPP loans. We've got.
But they zealous in prosecuting the fake.
Right, and we still have issues regarding voting that needs to be dealt with. I mean, there are a lot of we practically registered just about anybody black who could be registered, but we also have felon disenfranchisement laws that still apply here in Georgia, where we have a lot of people. I can go and
now there's no federal help,
right?
Even on the horizon,
and there was really nothing in those bills to address that part. So I mean. The federal bills that they were trying to pass, they provided some relief, but for Georgia, we are unique because we lost democracy a long time ago.
Right, and it'll be interesting to even see what democracy would look like in America. We got shell democracy, we got people talking democracy, but really, if we be honest, man, it's just different oligarchies that are operational in different spaces where a small group of people benefit from the work, the sweat, the blood, the tears, the organization, the mobilization of the many. The few benefit from it, and as long as we continue to do that, they're going to continue to do what they do.
We ain't voting, we just practicing.
You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, if you don't mind, if you would, put your hands together for my dear sister, Stacey Hopkins.
Can I get an applause?
There you go. There you go. All righty. Yeah, it was a good week. It was a good week. It was a good week, and I'm glad that you made it through to kick it with us. I'll see you next month.
Man, I'm going home to get to bed. It's cold out.
It got cold.
Look, it says
I came
37
in.
degrees.
Well, that ain't right. They told my clock up. They told my clock up, and I can't know what time
it's cold. My phone says it's cold as hell. That's what it said. It's cold.
It's saying rain and 41, but it's colder than 41 out there. I don't give a damn
it's
what they say.
It's 43, but it was 50 when I came.
It's colder than that. It's colder than that out there.
I'm going home. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna put on my flannels.
Well, you do
my
you.
inside game is strong.
The inside game. I'm gonna go get my inside game up myself and put it down, chill down, cause it's ugly out here, man, and we can't be moving around like this in the A.
And North Carolina family, y'all take care. Y'all finna get the boom.
Yeah. Y'all be careful, fam, up in the Kakalakis. All right, it's time to roll up out of here, man. I'm ready to go. You ready to go? Let's go. It was a good week, man. A wonderful week coming back. This is our first week back or our second week back? Our second week? Okay, feel like the first week. Okay, hopefully feel like that next week too. Feel like the first week. But it was good kicking it with y'all, man. I appreciate you for rolling with me all week long. For those who roll with us on the FB, appreciate you. Those of us who get us on Instagram Live, I appreciate you. For those who roll with us on Twitch, thank you. For those who really rolling with us on the YouTube, man, I appreciate y'all for doing that. It's trappastor.com, and just go to whatever platform you want to get at me on and do that. Let your people and your people's people know you get at us. We're the dopest show you never heard of, but if you keep on hearing us, then we'll be heard of. You feel what I'm saying? So stay with me. Don't leave me. All right. I'll see you next week when we come back. If the Lord say the same thing. Peace to the Archbishop and the Holy Family, to the beloved community I love so well. To my video engineer, Craig Miggly. To my dope crack research team, HC in the place to be. To my producer, C to the O to the Courtney Omega. And to the man in the box, the Grand Imperial Slice Master Supreme, Big Not Love. I don't know what's wrong with him back there, but it's going to be all right. Let's just keep him in that box and he'll be contained. And you, all I want you to do is love me. And I'ma love you black. Peace to the people, power to the people, and roof to the bros. I holler, your old big head self.
But the lips of the fool talking foolishness. I am mighty. Me not like them hypocrites. Me not like them parasites. Them scheme by day, them plot by night. Striving on the plight of the poor and the sufferers. Oh, Jah know them are backstabbers. Jah know them are bloodsuckers. I can't take them vampires, 'cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I'm on fighting for what is right. Oh, no, nah, give up the fight. Fighting for truth and rights. Up full in a Jaja side. Fight, we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight, we have to fight with all we might. Fight, we have to fight, we have to fight. Fight, we keep out all them parasites. 'Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Deceptive beast, always scheming and deceiving, wheeling, dealing and misleading, stealing and concealing, playing with the people's feeling. Do they know the most I watching them? Them better know I'm man watching them. 'Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. 'Cause I'm a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. I am a free up fighter. Run the track. Blood, blood of my people, the blood. They have been shedding the blood of my people for a long time, a very long time, such a long time. I see the blood of my people is the lifeline, the substance of the beast. They have been shedding the blood of my people people. They are sucking the blood of my people. Oh, it's the nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. The blood. Blood of my people. The blood. The blood. Blood of my people. The blood. No more. They devise all kinds of weapons, then using them to kill my people. Some are famous, dangerous and deadly weapons. ICBW, chemical and biological weapons, like AIDS and Ebola, weapons of genocide against my people. They're instigating strife and war among my people, setting up the climate for the blood to run. The blood have to run for the base to feast. Oh, it's the nature of the beast. Nature of the beast. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. Shedding the blood of my people. Sucking the blood of my people. The blood. Blood of my people. The blood. I cry. The blood. Blood of my people, the blood. The blood. Blood of my people, the blood. The blood. Blood of my people, the blood. They are shedding the blood of my people. They are sucking the blood of my people. They are shedding the blood of my people. They are sucking the blood of my people. No more shedding the blood of my people. No more sucking the blood of my people. No more shedding the blood of my people. No more sucking the blood of my people. No more, no more. Our blood will shed no more. No more, no more. Our blood will shed no more.
If it makes sense, we have to go and do it, you know.
Hear what I man say. Right now. But each and every day I say, oh people now. Here I say, freedom. Rasta people them freedom. African people freedom. The original people, they can't find your body. Don't let them control your mind. So free up your mind, oh people now who have been trapped by the demons of the beast. They are trying to destroy your mind and spirit, your heart and soul, your divine control before they violate your body and destroy shackles, break them chains. Don't let them control your brain. Break them shackles, break them chains. Even though them change your name. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, free your mind. If they control your mind, they can control your thoughts. If they control your thoughts, they can control your actions. Prompting you to take their baits that will lead you to self-destruction. Put yourself defeating self-destructive actions, doing exactly what they want. As you fall in their trap, say, up your manipulation, them unleash, them demons and them beasts, to rape, ravage and feast. So wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Propaganda, desensitizing your minds for more lies and falsification. Through the medias and their institutions, we make up wars and war distractions, confusing and mixing up your mind. Do you know what are their plans? I say it's mind control. Them evil Babylonians, they wanna steal your soul. Wake up and